After months of delays for problem solving, Boeing CST-100 Starliner finally launched from Space Launch Complex 41 on Cape Canaveral, Florida, and the mission was a success, clearing the path for the first Starliner Crew Mission. The day also marked an important celebration for ULA.
3, 2, 1, and boost ignition liftoff of Space Shuttle Discovery, taking the space station to full power for full science.
May 19th, 6:54 p.m. Eastern Time, ULA launched Boeing CST-100 Starliner for the Orbital Flight Test 2 from Cape Canaveral, Florida, aiming to demonstrate that the vehicle has full capability to rendezvous and autonomously docking with the International Space Station as part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program. The soft capture happens in the Harmony module after 26 hours and 35 minutes of a successful flight, which demonstrated that the vehicle has full system capability to perform all the required maneuver burns and approach by itself. Boeing reported two off-nominal behaviors of the vehicle during the flight. Two orbital maneuvering and attitude control thrusters shut off earlier than the schedule during the orbital insertion phase. However, due to its system redundancies, the vehicle continued the flight without risks and executing perfectly all propulsion system demonstrations. Boeing says that the cause of the earlier shutoff was a drop on chamber's pressure. The other off-nominal behavior was on the thermal cooling loop. Boeing didn't publish further details, but pointed that this off-nominal behavior didn't impact the vehicle's subsystem thermal management capability, maintaining a stable temperature at all times. According to Boeing, the maneuver burns demonstrated included an abort maneuver demonstration, an attitude hold demonstration by the reaction control system, abort execution maneuvers, phasing burn, far-field demonstration, a vision-based electro-optical sensor tracking assembly system checkout, and a NASA docking system cover open and system checkout. Boeing informed that the docked flight tests were successfully completed and involved a series of vehicle system checks such as telemetry, files and vehicle data transfer to the ISS for downlink, system integration between Starliner and the ISS, communication checks, pre-undock system checks, and so on. The completion of hardware tests such as hatch opening and closing, vestibule pressurization and depressurization, battery recharge from the ISS, and so on was also informed successfully performed and completed. Starliner went into space carrying 362 kilograms, or about 800 pounds, of cargo to the International Space Station, and an anthropometric test device named Rosie the Rocketeer. Rosie the Rocketeer is a dummy that was suited with Boeing's spacesuit and filled with 15 sensors that collect data on what astronauts will experience during future crewed flights on the spacecraft. The Orbital Laboratory and Expedition 67 crew Bob Hines, who was the first astronaut to enter into the spacecraft in orbit, and Q Lindengren, conducted not only the cargo transfer from the vehicle into the station, but they played an important role performing all the planned tests from the Starliner as if they were the spacecraft crew. Boeing spacecraft undocked from the International Space Station on May 25th, after Q and Bob performed the IVA hatch closing and a farewell ceremony was performed at ISS by the space station crew. The spacecraft successfully performed all departure, deorbit and entry maneuver and burns autonomously. At 6:49 p.m. Eastern Time, Boeing's spacecraft softly landed on its airbags after a steady descent, assisted by 3 ballistic parachutes, which deployment sequence started at 30,000 feet. The landing happened at White Sands Space Harbor in New Mexico as scheduled, completing the Orbital Flight Test 2. After safely landed at the designated area, Boeing's recovery team entered in action, but this part we will talk more about later on a short video. Now, Boeing is analyzing all data generated on this test mission, including a thorough analysis on the CST-100 capsule hardware and the debriefing from the astronauts which participated of the Starliner tests from the ISS, and incorporate all the lessons learned in preparation for its first crewed mission and the certification with NASA. In celebration of the successful mission, Mark Knapp, the Vice President and the Program Manager of Boeing's Commercial Crew Program, said, "On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 15. We wanted to learn and we did. The team reacted to everything that was thrown at them perfectly. It was a great test flight and it put us in a great position for the crew flight test." Boeing Starliner was launched by the rocket Atlas V from United Alliance Launch. This mission also celebrated the 150th launch from ULA with the Atlas V rocket, which has shown great capability and reliability. The Atlas V track record contemplates 100% of successful launches for commercial, military and exploratory missions. Let me know if you would like to know more about the Atlas V history. Thank you for watching and for being part of the start of the Aerospace News. All your comments and suggestions are welcome. Consider to subscribe to keep up with the main news about the aerospace industry. I have been MJ, and I'll see you soon.